have a hymnal today of both sorts. Make sure you have a gray hymnal and a teal hymnal today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville. Hi. There's a dog. My name is Melly. My pronouns are they, them. Even when I'm them, I'm still a them. So, and I would like to invite you to come into this time with us. I sing in the choir, and I serve on the chalice team. And if you're interested in either of those things, you can see me or anyone else. I would like to take time at this moment to acknowledge that the land we stand on now are the pre-colonization lands inhabited and stewarded by the Quapaw and Osage people, and through which traveled and settled through forcible migration the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw Creek, Muskogee, and Seminole tribes as they attempted to preserve their culture. Let us acknowledge their lives and commit to the restoration of tribal lands and the preservation of indigenous culture. Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition that values freedom in religious thought and journey. We uphold the unity of our interconnectedness, connections to each other, to all life, and to the precious universe of which we are a part. We affirm the universality of love and hope as we journey together in community. Oh, goodness. It's a morning. Good morning. Yay! We affirm the universality of love and hope as we journey together in community and welcome you, whoever you are at this moment and wherever you are in your spiritual journey. For those of you joining us online, hi, welcome. If you're new, please check out our website, UU Fayetteville, for more information. Also, this is our visitor information card. If you did not fill one out before you came into the sanctuary this morning, you'll find one in the seat back in front of you. Please fill it out because we'd love to get to know you, get you on the email list, and keep you informed of our events. Later in the service, we will have a time where you are invited to come forward and drop a stone, symbolizing a joy or concern that you may have, into our bowl of water. If you have a joy or concern you'd like to share, we invite you to fill out one of these yellow cards that you'll find on the seat back in front of you. There's a place to indicate whether you want your joy or concern shared aloud or if you want it to be confidential and shared only with the pertinent leadership. So make sure you mark that, especially if you do not want it shared. If you're online, you can write your joys and concerns in the comment section at the appointed time during our service. Please note that any comments made online will be public. We have no way to change that. If you have a need for hearing assistance, our AV Tech David can help you out with that. And children and the noises they make are always welcome in our services, but there is a staff nursery available downstairs if you prefer. Please remember to silence your cell phones as we enter into our service. If you need to find it and do that, here's a second. And I am thrilled to welcome back our Reverend Renee to the pulpit. And now we're going to light our chalice.
Would you repeat with me the words on the screen? Love is the spirit of this community, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in truth, and to help one another. Thus do we covenant together.
Dear ones, I have missed you so much. And I'm so very, 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 very happy to be back with you and back in, yes, so happy to be back. So happy. My time away was wonderful. I played 6 shows in 3 different states and 2 festivals. I got my bucket filled. My cup runneth over. I was spiritually nourished, and hopefully I bring it home so that I might help to nourish you. In less than a month, I will celebrate my 1 year of being your minister. Can you believe it's been a year? No. Me either, yo. It is so exciting, though, and I've learned countless things about this job, about this fellowship, about you, the beloved congregation, and about myself. I'm so grateful to be your Reverend Renee. I love it. One of the things that I am still learning is how you, the congregation, respond to my services. While I'm working on them, I'm never quite convinced that you'll love what I've prepared. In addition to working here, I also teach piano and voice lessons like Jory and Brenda, and I've been doing it for 33 years, well over half my life. And one of the things that I've been saying for all of those 33 years is that performing, especially singing, is 80% confidence, and I mean it. And maybe that's the case with developing a service too. Maybe confidence is the most important thing in getting it right, so long as you do the hard work of going deep and writing it. I've given 22 services over the last year or so, and almost every time I worry if they're good enough. And to my surprise, each of the services have been well received and meaningful to at least some of you. And I'm learning that it's after the service, during coffee hour, when I really know what kind of impact the service has had. Coffee hour is really important, y'all. That's right. Hail Java. Anyway.
And sign up to help Carol make it happen.
In May, I gave a service called Singing the Living Tradition, where we explored readings and hymns from our hymnals and different religious traditions. And it felt super feral to me. My papers were flying everywhere because there was so many of them. I forgot a couple of the readings before the hymns and had to go back and catch myself and read it again. I just didn't think that it was my most polished. And I couldn't believe the response after that service. So many of you came up to me to talk about it, tell me how much you enjoyed it. A few of you had tears in your eyes. Our staff talked about how much they enjoyed it. I really couldn't believe it. And I thought about it for a long time. Why was this service so meaningful to people? Was it the hymns? Was it the readings? Was it the rocking choir? And so then I pulled back and looked at a bigger picture. The choir and the hymns and the readings, while they were awesome, they are details. What I think everyone enjoyed about that service was the pluralism. Taking that deep dive into different religious and spiritual practices. When the UUA adopted the new Article 2 this past June and adopted our new Unitarian Universalist core values, one of them is pluralism. So it's really no wonder that you love it. I shouldn't be surprised. UUs love pluralism. Our new Article 2 says this about pluralism. We celebrate that we are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and theology. We covenant to learn from one another in our free and responsible search for truth and meaning. We embrace our differences and commonalities with love, curiosity, and respect. Isn't that awesome? It's so awesome. And then, just for reference, the Britannica says this about pluralism. I hate the word social classes, but they use it here, and I'm just going to use it. That it is a situation in which people of different social classes, religions, races, etc., are together in a society, but continue to have their different traditions and interests celebrated by all. Whoa! Accepting of all people, learning from all people, and now I get it. Of course you liked that service. It's right up our UU alley. So today is essentially part 2. Another romp through pluralism. And again, we will explore readings from the back of the hymnal and pair each one with a hymn. The exception to this is the Muslim tradition. Our hymnals don't do a good job of representing the Muslim tradition, in my opinion. I mean, about once a month, we sing, "Come, come, whoever you are, come, come, whoever you are." You know that one? And those words are by Rumi, who was Sunni, but the music is so white. Yes. And so is the one other hymn in the Muslim section. It's not what Muslims would sing. And y'all, there's great music in the Muslim tradition. So that's for another service, and we'll bring that. So today, instead, we will listen to UUism, formerly Cat Stevens, do Ramadan Moon for our Time for All Ages today. Facebook beloveds, because it is a video, Facebook may cut our stream because they think we're breaking copyright. Of course, we're not. We're a church. You'll be able to go right back and jump on, should that happen, and we will start the stream immediately again. Okay, there are several foreign language pieces that we will sing today. Usually if we're doing a foreign language piece together, I'll take time to go over the lyrics with you first. We're not going to do that today. Our hymnals do a good job of making it phonetic. We will simply do our best and enjoy doing something new together. One more thing. Most of these songs are not ours. We don't own them, nor can we claim them as pieces from our heritage. Maybe some folks, but not all of us. We will sing these pieces with a spirit of respect for the cultures, curiosity, and a desire for global education and pluralistic reverence. My gosh, I'm so happy to be back. It has been a joy preparing this service for y'all. Make sure you have both the hymnals, and I hope this service, and all the songs, are a joy for you. Okay, on to our first reading. As of 2022, 13% of the U.S. population, or around 42 million people, speak Spanish at home, making it the most common non-English language spoken in our country. This is one of the reasons that the UUA has put out an entire hymnal in Spanish. And there are several hymns in our 2 hymnals that are also in Spanish. There are UU congregations around the world that have their whole service in Spanish. And this is how they say the principles. Jory, will you help us do this?
I am delighted. I usually only read directions and manuals in Spanish.
You're going to be great.
Nosotros, las congregaciones miembros de la Asociación Unitaria Universalista, convenimos en afirmar y fomentar el valor y la dignidad propia de cada persona, la justicia, equidad y compasión en las relaciones humanas, la aceptación del uno al otro y el estímulo el crecimiento espiritual en nuestras congregaciones, una búsqueda libre y responsable por la verdad y el sentido, el derecho de la conciencia y el uso del proceso democrático dentro de nuestras congregaciones y en la sociedad en general. La meta de una comunidad mundial con paz, libertad y justicia para todos. El respeto por el tejido interdependiente de todo lo existente del cual somos una parte.
Thank you. Please get your teal hymnals out, or you can use the slides, and we're going to sing together Nada te turbe, nothing can trouble. 1047. We're going to sing it in Spanish, then in English, then in Spanish again. I think it's nice because sometimes when you sing it in Spanish the first time, it's like, what am I saying? Then we sing it in English, we learn what we're saying, and then we sing it again in Spanish. Anything else, Jory, you want to say? No? Good? Okay, let's do it. Rise as you are able in body or spirit. A little slower. That are visiting, you may not know this about us. When we say God, you can put whatever feeling you want in that. You can think of it as love. You can think about it as God. You can think about it as, we are a pluralistic church, so we come from many, many different belief systems, and that includes non-religion. So whatever feels right for you when we use the word God. But we are respecting these different traditions and using their words. So I know I don't have to tell you how important indigenous nations are to our culture and our very existence. Every indigenous nation, of which there are 574 in the United States alone, has their own unique religion and belief system, including their own creation story, how humans came to exist, and where we originated from. Many also use different names for deities, such as Great Creator, Great Spirit, or Earth Mother. And there are many others too, of course. But there are commonalities, which is a mystery. Since there wasn't communication amongst the nations, it's very interesting how similar the religious practices are. The commonalities include a belief in the importance of nature and that it is sacred space, and the idea that humans are equal to everything else created and must seek to maintain balance and harmony. Our reading is by Black Elk, who was a warrior and a medicine man of the Oglala Lakota or Sioux Nation. And the hymn that we will sing is traditional Navajo prayer. This is a responsive reading. I will sing, I will say the regular words and you say the italicized words. Then I was standing on the highest mountain of them all. And round beneath me was the whole of the world. Whole. And while I stood there, I saw more than I can tell. And I understood more than I saw. For I was seeing in a sacred manner the shapes of all things in the Spirit. And I saw that the sacred hoop of my people was one of many hoops that made one circle, wide as daylight and as starlight. And in the center grew one mighty flowering tree to shelter all the children of one mother and one father. Okay, please turn in your teal hymnals to 1069. Ancient Mother, traditional Navajo prayer. It's beautiful. If you worship with our pagan group here sometimes, this is kind of like one of the amazing graces of pagan tradition. Okay. We're gonna stay seated for this one since it's a prayer. Yeah, as you're ready, Brenda. Beautiful? It's a beautiful song. There are approximately 4.45 million Muslims in America and over 2 billion in the world, which is over 25% of the human population. Worldwide, it's the second largest religion. It originated in Mecca, Saudi Arabia in the 7th century. The word Islam is Arabic for surrender. They believe that Islam was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad over 1,400 years ago through the Archangel Gabriel, which was stunning to me when I found that out. I was like, whoa. And that the Quran is the word of Allah as revealed to Muhammad. The two main branches of Islam are Sunni and Shia, but there are also around 7 other very significant branches of Islam, including Sufi, the mystic branch that believes the essence of God is in each human and we can't separate. Muslims are more likely than any other group to experience religious discrimination in public spaces, such as airports, workplaces, and healthcare facilities. Our reading, it's short, but I thought it was great. It's by Saadi Shirazi, and it's called To Serve the People. Again, this is responsive. I'll read regular type, you read italics. To worship God is nothing other than to serve the people. It does not mean groceries, prayer carpets, or robes. All peoples are members of the same body, created from one essence. If they bring suffering to one member, the others cannot stay at rest. David, will you play Ramadan Moon for Our Time for All Ages?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Hey, where are you off to? What's the rush?
I'm going up the hill to see the Ramadan moon.
Wow, well, is it happening tonight? Will you see it tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Can we come with you?
Yeah, sure, come along.
Okay.
All the people are coming and going, getting ready, toing and froing. There's a buzz in the world tonight. People are so excited. Daddy's coming home soon, hoping to see the moon, hoping to catch a sight. Everyone's so happy. Moon, moon, come out soon. We're off to see the Ramadan moon. Cloud shift, fog lift, city put out your lights. We want to see the Ramadan moon tonight.
Look, I can see it.
Oh, wow, so can I.
Tomorrow we're going to fast.
Now Ramadan has started and the moon has just been sighted. Tomorrow we all fast. Every Muslim asks, now Isha time is here and it's time to leave for prayer. The Imam is in the mosque, the Quran is in his heart. Moon, moon, come out soon. We're off to see the Ramadan moon. Cloud shift, fog lift, city put out your lights. We want to see the Ramadan moon tonight.
I'm going to the mosque. Come with me.
Okay.
Come on.
Ooh, Ramadan moon. From the early break of dawn, we go the whole day long. Shops are full of dates, but still we have to wait till the sun goes down, and it's time to break a siyam. The food is on the plate. Ooh, it tastes so good. Moon, moon, come out soon. We're off to see the Ramadan moon. Cloud shift, fog lift, city put out your light. We want to see the Ramadan moon tonight.
Where's Granddad?
I don't know.
Come on, Ramadan moon, Ramadan moon.
I think he's going to the mosque. Last 10 days.
I'm gonna miss him.
We'll see him when he comes out.
Now Grandad's in itikaf, only 10 days are left. He's praying every night, dressed all in white, hands held high, with tears in his eyes, asking for forgiveness and paradise. Move, move, come out soon, we're off to see the Ramadan moon. Cloud shift, fog lift, the city without your lights. We want to see the Ramadan moon tonight.
Did you see the moon last night?
No, why?
It's the moon so well.
That means it's Eid tomorrow.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
See you tomorrow for Eid.
Inshallah.
Now it's time again for Eid. Ramadan ran with speed,
We'll come again.
like an old friend. Ramadan moon, like an old friend. Ramadan moon.
Great, yeah. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe that it's important that we take care of each other. When we care for each other, our connections to each other become stronger. The interconnectedness of us all is a part of our seventh principle. Sharing joys and concerns helps us to be a more caring people. And being caring people is one way that we are UU every day. Why do we share joys and concerns with each other? So we can comfort and help each other? So that we can celebrate together? Keeping each other informed of important events in our lives? So we can feel closer to each other, so we can think of ways to help each other. We might be able to help someone if we've gone through a difficult event, like the one they are experiencing. Some people might not have family or close friends with whom they share their feelings, and this is their safe space. This is an important part of our worship service almost every Sunday. If you filled out a yellow joys or concerns card, you may bring it up and give it to me and drop a stone in the bowl of water by Melly. And friends, if you don't want to turn in a joys or concerns card, you can just drop a stone in the water so that the ripples from our stones are interconnected with each other's and with other UUs across the globe this morning. You may come forward. Brenda, will you offer us some music? I love us. I really do. Let's take a moment together to think about what's been shared, to think about the joys and concerns in our own lives. And book not today. Melly, will you please drop a handful of stones for the joys and concerns that we might experience this week until we can be together again. Now, let's take a few moments of silence to drink this all in. One of the reasons I first decided to do this service is because someone at the May service that I mentioned earlier said, "Hey, what about Hinduism?" And our David, in the back at the engineer station, heard that comment and said, "Since it's such a heavy music service, we could call it Hinduism." I laughed for 5 whole minutes. And of course, this is not in any way, shape, or form a religious slur or joke. It's just a very clever play on words because David's very clever. Hinduism is the oldest and most complex of all established belief systems, with origins that date back more than 5,000 years in India. There is no known prophet or single founder of Hinduism, with over 33 million gods and goddesses. I didn't know that until I was doing research for this. Each representing various aspects of existence. Hinduism embraces diversity in divine manifestations. I also found this over the top fascinating. Some of their deities have LGBTQ+ traits, and several of their gods are a third sex, non-binary, or intersex. And some of their gods transition from one sex to another, which I found quite progressive for being the oldest. Okay. The Bhagavad Gita is one of the religious sacred texts of Hindus, and this reading that we are about to do is from the Bhagavad Gita. And you know the drill. I'll do the regular, you do the italics. And we take this in. We're going to drink this in because it is different than other things that all of this is different, but this is very, kind of different than we would do normally as UUs, but we are simply exploring with curiosity. I am the self that dwells within the heart of every mortal creature. I am the beginning, the lifespan, and the end of all.
I am the radiant sun among the light givers. I am the mind. I am consciousness in the living.
I am death that snatches all. I also am the source of all that shall be born.
I am time without end. I am the sustainer. My face is everywhere.
I am the beginning, the middle, and the end in creation. I am the knowledge of all things spiritual.
I am glory, prosperity, beautiful speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and forgiveness.
I am the divine seed of all lives. In this world, nothing animate or inanimate exists without me.
I am the strength of the strong. I am the purity of the good.
I am the knowledge of the knower. There is no limit to my divine manifestations.
Whatever in this world is powerful, beautiful, or glorious, then you may know to have come forth from a fraction of my power and glory.
Fascinating, right? Fascinating. The hymn that we are about to do has always been scary for me, and we have never done it at this fellowship. Because at my first UUMN conference, which is the UU Musicians Network, I heard an elder say that this was the hardest hymn in the hymn book. But I'm kind of in love with it now that I've learned it. And Jory also kind of fell in love with it also. It's not the hardest hymn in our hymn book. There's a Miles Davis tune in our hymn book that's much harder than this. Okay. Jory, is there anything you need to say about this?
Can you explain?
Yeah. What's going to happen is they're going to sing it once, and then we will jump in and sing it. The chorus repeats, and everything. You'll see how it goes. You might look in your gray hymnal on page 178. I would. Even if you're not a music reader, it might be easier to see this in the hymn book. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I do have something to add.
What? Okay. Add it. Yep.
Right. So every section repeats, and then the last part after verse 3 will be it'll feel like a slower tempo. It's going to stretch out.
This is how it rocks in Vedic music sometimes. The last bit, the coda, the end bit of the piece goes slower for emphasis. Really cool. Okay, and this piece does too. Raghupati. Okay, let's rise as you are able in body or spirit. Okay, choir will demonstrate it first. Don't be scared. We got this. It's going to be fun. Okay, let's have that intro, Brenda. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ara work. Excellent. You may be seated. That was great. Who says that's the hardest hymn in the hymn book? Who says that? We're great at that. Okay. In Japan, there are two primary religions, and most people practice both at the same time: Shintoism and Buddhism. 80% of Japanese people practice these religions in the home. The two religions are so intertwined that Buddhist temples have been built within Shinto shrine grounds, and Buddhist sutras have been read in front of Shinto gods. Buddhist statues have been placed in Shinto shrine sanctuaries, and as a result, Buddha has kind of been transformed into a Japanese deity who coexists with Shinto gods. And some Shinto shrines have Buddhist priests in charge. Shintoism is polytheistic, with many gods enshrined in shrines and household altars. These gods include nature spirits, like wind and water and fire, as well as spirits of ancestors and historical figures. Buddhism, on the other hand, emphasizes transcending the world, which it views as full of suffering. And it has no deities, only teachers, of which primarily is Buddha. Now, I could go on and on and on about Shintoism and Buddhism, because Buddhism is where my heart lies. I just want to share one more thing. Shinto is animistic, and its followers believe in the sacredness of all living things, including humans, animals, trees, mountains, waterfalls. And there are also, how do I explain? There's a thing called kami. I'm not pleased with how I've explained this, so I'm just going to try to explain it to you. Kami, it's sacred powers in nature that can be found in natural objects like mountains and trees and waterfalls, as well as in worthy humans and gods and goddesses. Shintoists believe that kami is the source of human life, and that it reveals like truths to people and guides them. Isn't it interesting that that sounds a little bit like indigenous traditions? The interconnectedness, the deeper I got into this, the more the interconnectedness smacked me in the face. I couldn't believe how so many of these religions are so similar, even with the varying deities and, sacred things that are, very unique in their own way. The base of it, it's all the same. Our reading is by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he wrote it as a prayer. So let us come into a spirit of peacefulness or prayer, whatever the word prayer means for you, as we listen to his words. Let's be quiet here. Take a breath together. Let us be at peace with our bodies and our minds. Let us return to ourselves and become wholly ourselves. Let us be aware of the source of being, common to us all and to all living things, evoking the presence of the great compassion. Let us fill our hearts with our own compassion towards ourselves and towards all living beings. Let us pray that we ourselves cease to be the cause of suffering to each other, with humility, with awareness of the existence of life and of the suffering that are going on around us. let us practice the establishment of peace in our hearts and on earth. Let's take another breath together. Thank you. The song Sakura Sakura is often sung to represent Japan. It is one of the nation's most beloved folk songs, and it literally translates as cherry blossom, and most people think that it represents the coming of spring. That's definitely what the children are taught when they learn it, but some say it has a much deeper symbolic meaning. Let us experience it together and sing hymn number 177, Sakura. Anything we want to say about this one, Jory?
Every syllable of every word gets its own place.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Okay, let's rise as you are able and sing together number 177. And we will do verse 1, and verse 2, just how it goes in the hymnal. It's verse 1 in Japanese, and then verse 1 in English, and then verse 2. Okay, Brenda? Yep.
Our fellowship is a theologically diverse religious community with membership open to all who are in accordance with our principles, our mission, and our vision. Our congregation is entirely self-governed by democratic process. One of the privileges of our free fellowship tradition is to provide all of the financial support for our many ministries from among ourselves. Generosity, therefore, is one of the spiritual values we recognize as central to our personal and our institutional well-being. You are now invited to participate in the blessing of giving as the ushers come among you to accept the gifts of our congregation. The offering will now be taken.
You will see in your order of service that we had the anthem next. It is noon, so we are going to go ahead and cut the anthem, extinguish the chalice, and cut the announcements. You can read those on the website.
Would you read aloud with me? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
We're not going to skip the closing hymn, though. It's fairly new to me, but when I researched hymns that are about pluralism, this one came up. The words are lovely, and the tune is called Southern Harmony, which is used for other hymns as well. It's like a famous Appalachian hymn tune. Brenda, will you just swing through that tune for us so we can hear it once? Very Americana. Let's rise together and sing hymn number 193, Our Faith is But a Single Gem. Ready, and our faith is but a single gem upon our rosary of beads, the thread of truth which runs through them supports our very human needs, confusion, wisdom, Christian care. Looking about this hymn because I didn't like it struck me when it said the noblest of our race. And so I went deep and looked into this. It's whatever race we are. That's what I learned about this hymn. So it's not gross. Okay, please have a seat. It truly is so good to be back with you. Thank you for taking this romp through pluralism with me today. Isn't it interesting how so many of these religious and spiritual practices have common themes even though they're across the globe from each other? And this is why pluralism is one of our core UU values. Siblings, next week will be an important service. Our beloved denomination is changing a little bit, and I want to talk about it with you. Okay. In the coming week, may you do at least one thing to support the broken, to welcome the stranger, to celebrate what is worthy, to do the work of justice and love. Be strong, be connected, and each day act so that we all may be a little more whole. I love you. Namaste. Brenda.